Hello and welcome back to Europe 1100, and we're here at our first castle in the southeast of England, and we're going to take that. It's going to be pretty easy, hopefully. I don't know what the layout is like or anything like that, because that's the it's actually quite a funny thing, because I don't know whether you know this. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But for me personally, I feel like the layout is the most important thing when dealing with a particular siege. And I'm not talking about the amount of defenders, I'm not talking about, you know, what kinds of troops enemies have. Yeah, sure, that can all make a significant difference. But for me personally, I feel like the layout is the most important thing to consider, even though you don't really know the layout until you go inside. So obviously that's that is a bit of an issue, of course. But it does mean that if you do have any issue whatsoever, and I'm going to have to be a little bit careful here, this guy's attempting to shoot me. No idea how he actually hit my, well, actually, wait a minute. Let's just reverse that real quick. Flip it, reverse it, and so on and so forth. I don't know how he got his arm hit by my shot. He must have been aiming at the time, and my arrow must have just hit his aiming arm instead of hitting his head, because I'm pretty sure I was aiming towards his face. But you know how it is. Sometimes they're just going to be like, no, you didn't hit his head, and so on. Like, for example, that guy right there. I hit his shoulder. I don't know whether that makes any sense, but there you go. Apparently, I did hit his shoulder somehow. Anyway, we're just going to speed things up a little bit here, because no doubt my forces will probably be able to penetrate the enemy defenses, and we will otherwise be able to then use our mallet. And that's kind of what I want to do here, obviously. You know, me getting inside and actually doing some damage, I'm very much into that. Thank you very much. Yes, maybe we can do it. Maybe we can do it. No. Yeah, they might be running away, but I might be able to... Yes, here we go. A little bit of bonking action. Never hurt anyone, apart from these guys, of course. There we go. Oh, yes. We love a little bit of mallet on mail action, don't we? Alright, so otherwise, apart from that... Oh, yeah. We've got some nice headshots coming up here, too. Wait a minute. Let me just see. Oh, yes. Nice. Oh, what? You see, this is what I'm talking about. I feel like... You know what's actually really funny? I'm using a noble bow. And I'm thinking to myself right now, what's going on with that? Because I'm using a noble bow, and it feels to me like I'm using something much worse than a noble bow. I actually don't know. Has it been changed, or has something happened with this? Because it feels bad. Is this a noble bow? I can't really tell. I've got a bunch of arrows sticking in me right now, so that's not particularly nice. But yeah, I feel like this is not a noble bow. I should probably take a look at it and see, because from my perspective, I'm literally thinking to myself that maybe actually it isn't. Because if you take a look at me firing right here. You see how much the arrow drops? It drops a significant amount, and I'm actually thinking, hey, that's a bit weird. I don't think it should drop that much if it is actually a noble bow. It has a pretty insane amount of, you know, missile speed, and I'm kind of thinking, you know, it seems kind of weird that it is just so... shall we say, let me see if I can find the right word for this. Floppy. Yes, it seems a little bit floppy. I don't know why that is happening. I'm actually very surprised, to be honest. I would have expected it to be a lot more effective at making the arrows fly through the air, so to speak, you know. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check real quick to make sure that I am actually using it. Yes, I am. As you can see, the missile speed is 90. I mean, really, how can this be so bad? I guess it is possible that my bow skill is just that terrible, but I am hitting enemies for 40 damage. I actually wonder, have they made changes to how much damage archery does? I think they did, didn't they? I think they did. I think I remember, or should we say, I think I recall hearing something or seeing something about that, maybe in some patch notes sometime or whatever. And it feels to me like we're having some issues. Yeah, it feels like I am very much having some issues. Okay, maybe we should... yeah, we're going to get 8% more damage with bows. It's actually quite funny that I'm taking this, because I never would have expected taking this in a million years. Because usually, if you get to a certain point where you actually have the ability to purchase a really good bow, you're never really going to have to worry about damage. But I think bow skill in general has become... max usable bow difficulty is 129. Oh, okay, well, that doesn't make any difference. Anyway, the point is, I never thought that I'd have to worry about damage, but apparently I do have to this time around. Okay, plus 20% accuracy to ballistas during siege bombardment, or plus 10% to mangonel, or indeed catapults and trebuchets accuracy during siege bombardment. Well, obviously the trebuchet one, thank you. I have no idea. Okay, tell me. If you play this game, do you use ballistas? Do you ever use ballistas when you're doing a siege? I'm sure some people might, but for me personally, I have always found them to be way too fragile to use them appropriately, because they're just going to get killed very, very fast, and it's going to be a very sad affair indeed, because you're going to think to yourself, oh yes, I can take this castle, you know, I've done my due diligence, and you know, just trying very much to get these enemy siege engines destroyed, and then, well, your ballistas just die instantly because the catapult doesn't really do much. Yeah, well, shall we say the ballista doesn't really do much, and catapults would be a lot more effective. But anyway, you know, if you have to go for something that is a little bit faster to build than trebuchets, of course. Anyway, we're just going to be giving that once again to Mr. Horsethief. And I'm very much hoping that he's finally going to be doing something. I don't know whether he is actually planning on it. I am going to have to be a little bit careful about crashes as well. There was just an autosave, so I don't feel the need to do that right here. And I'm going to go over to Pembroke. Now, what's funny is, as I was besieging this castle, I did happen to spot that a number of our vassals, or shall we say, a number of our parties, were eliminated. Yes, they were actually taken prisoner, and we've been having a very good time of things so far. We haven't really sustained many casualties at all. Ah, yes, this is the fellow that actually took them prisoner. All right, we're going to have to do something about him, of course. Okay, let me see. Let's just level these guys up. Okay, so I have a huge amount of prisoners to recruit, so I will just hit the recruit all button. We're going to be down to 35 morale, which is a pretty significant issue, and I am going to go in here in just a moment. Let's just see, do they still have the prisoners? No, they don't, so it seems like they've escaped or something like that, but yeah. Anyway, I'm actually wondering what to do now, because I could just wait until they're a little bit more injured. I don't know what kind of composition they have. Let's have a look. They have some Frankish marshals. They're obviously very good. They have some noble knights. They don't... No, wait. They do have some banner knights. Alright. We're going to have to go in here. Yes, we will have to go in here right now. And let's assault the siege camp. And here we go. Let's do it. Okay, we are actually going to be on the side of the garrison as well. I wasn't actually planning on being with the garrison, but apparently they... I don't know, they wanted to, I guess. They wanted to, and whoa, we are really close to the enemy. I'm going to actually just tell my forces to charge in straight away here. My cavalry, at least, to charge in straight away, because the enemy is just so close, it makes no sense for me to try to get any kind of strategy going, unfortunately. It is just going to make it much more unlikely we'll be able to deal devastating damage, initially, at least. And then we're just going to do these. Let's tell these guys to come over here. We're going to put them into a loose formation as well. Loose formation, for me personally, is always really, really good for the archers, because then it's going to mean that they don't get blocked by their own friends next to each other, and they can just, you know, do their thing relatively well, or at least that's the hope anyway, you know. And I'm just very much hoping that my cavalry will deal with the enemy's cavalry, which are the main problem here. Because the Frankish banner knights, or whatever I actually saw, they're very high tier, obviously. They're very high tier, so if I can actually eliminate those, then I'll be very, very happy. And we will, I mean, obviously we will eventually have to deal with the Holy Roman Empire and they are the ones that usually have the overall advantage. Generally, they are most of the time sweeping across the land and just taking every single thing in sight. And I'm kind of hoping that maybe we'll go toe-to-toe with them as well. It might be fun, you know, it might be fun to see exactly how well we do. I'm actually really surprised that we actually clipped through one of those trees, because let's face it, I am not a big fan of these small thin trees that you can actually run into. I'm not a big fan of that at all. Anyway, we did get 18 renown. That's going to be quite nice. And it's actually a bit weird that they don't allow you to see a tooltip on this anymore, because you used to be able to mouse over renown and influence and so on and so forth, like you can on morale right here, and it would tell you how much of a base you get. So for example, let's say that I had the famous commander perk. It would tell you how much of a base you got in terms of renown, and then it would tell you how much you got from famous commander or how much you'd got from perks. And in my opinion, I feel like that's a bit weird that they removed it. But, oh well, never mind. I mean, I can't really do much about it now, can I? I mean, obviously, it's not my decision. So, anyway, we're gonna, oh yeah, take those Frankish Banner Knights, take the Marshals as well. Oh, they are gonna be so good. Whoa, yes. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, this is great. Okay, so apart from that, I don't really want to take the Frankish Squires, because they're going to require horses, you know, they're going to require horses, and that's going to be a bit of an issue. I'm thinking maybe we'll get some spearmen here and maybe some crossbowmen. I don't really have that much space in regards to prisoners. I don't really feel the need to take too many more of them. So we're just going to leave most of them behind here. And then what we're going to do is, I'm just going to take a quick look here. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll take some of this, and then, that's the thing, I'm kind of running out of money a little bit here. So I have to be a little bit cautious with what I decide to do with donating experience all the time, because obviously if I have loads of low-tier troops, then eventually it is going to be the case that I will need to make decisions based upon money rather than on, you know, getting experience for them and leveling them up at a much swifter pace. So that's obviously a bit of an issue, but obviously that very much depends on how much money, you know, is inside all these marketplaces, because you can see here, there's actually not that much money right here. And look at this, I can literally just do this and get, you know, already all of their cash. And I could potentially get a missile longbow, not a missile longbow. Thank you very much. What kind of, what kind of thing is a missile longbow? Anyway, the point is, I could get a noble longbow, but the thing is, if you take a look at the missile speed, it's worse than the noble bow, so it doesn't really make any sense. But I'm kind of thinking, should I get an axe? No, I don't really want to get an axe. I still want to do some smithing. So I think what I'll do is maybe have a look. Oh, she doesn't have a helmet? Are you joking? You don't have a helmet? Wow, why didn't she tell me? Okay, well, there you go. Let's do it. Let's give her a helmet. And she literally... Is she serious right now? Does she seriously not have anything better than this? Is her one-handed skill that bad? I think it might be. No, she's got 35. Why is she using such a terrible weapon? Look at that. Oh. Okay, wait a minute. Has she literally been using this the entire time she's been in my clan? I think so. Wow, I feel really bad about this now. All right, she's going to use the Manavlion now, because that is an absolutely insane weapon. And we're going to give her an amazing shield as well. Let's give her a cavalry kite shield or something like that. And let's just, yeah, there we go. There's a better one for her. That's nice. Okay, yeah, so she actually does have decent polearms, doesn't she? No, she has 1 in polearms. Okay, well... I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. Okay, so that was me dropping the ball right there. But anyway, we will get her a nice one-handed sword to go along with that. There we go. Very nice. Okay. I actually can't believe that she literally had a dagger that she was using this entire time. And then we wonder why she doesn't level up her one-handed skill or anything like that. No wonder she's not killing anything, to be honest, even though her, I mean, admittedly her combat skills are very low, but she would definitely be able to get so many more kills if she just had a decent weapon, So that's my fault completely. That is hugely my problem. Anyway, let's have a look here. Yes, I will go for plus 20% morale from victories. In my opinion, this is actually relatively decent. If you're like me and you are recruiting a lot of prisoners, then this is obviously very, very good. Otherwise, you can probably take something like, converting the bandits into normal troops. That is actually a relatively decent way of getting noble troops if you don't have, access to those. Oh, that is a massive army. All right, so we got Mr. Horse Thief finally coming out of his castle because he was feasting or whatever he was doing. And these fellows have 44 banner knights. Wow, this is an insane army. I don't know whether we're going to be able to achieve victory against these. Is Mr. Horse Thief actually going to go in? What does he have? He has some very good units. Okay, well, no, he's also not bothering with this. He's creating an army now. Okay, he's creating an army. That is actually quite funny. Sure, sir, you can go ahead and do that. I will create parties out of my other people as well if they've already escaped. Alright, so I decided that what I would do is try to divert their attention. So what I've done is I created a bunch of parties. Oh, look, there's Mr. Horse Thief. He's actually coming to assist me. Alright, well, this is going to be very, very simple with him here then, I suppose. But he's apparently agreeing with my assessment, which I gotta say is actually kind of weird. It's a bit strange, because I never would have expected him to really believe in what I'm doing, because let's face it, if he takes after Mengus, which maybe it does, maybe he is taking after him a little bit, then, it's wholeheartedly, natural to assume that he's going to be relatively decent at what he does. And, well, he hasn't really shown himself to be super powerful just yet. But maybe he will in the near future. Maybe he'll take after Mr. Mengus sooner than we think. I don't know. I mean, he's leading an army. That's all we really need to know. Maybe he's going to do some really, really good work. Maybe I should have just left him to besiege this by himself, Maybe that's the thing that would have helped him. I don't know. I'd like to actually get in here by myself, but I don't know whether I can. Oh, okay, apparently I can. Okay, great. Now this is more what I'm talking about. Oh no, yeah, no, we're still doing relatively little damage. Headshots obviously making a big difference. Can I open this while I'm... No, I can't open this while I'm on a mount. That's a little bit sad, isn't it? I was kind of hoping that I could. Oh wow, that was a really pitiful shot, wasn't it? Yes. I know. That was a really pitiful shot because I was like, yeah, there's loads of enemies here. I can just shoot randomly and I can probably hit something. Nope. That's not how it works sometimes, most of the time. And we're just going to continue to shoot here because I can very easily get headshots, as you can see. This is going to get me some nice bow skill, or hopefully get me some nice bow skill. Really do want to try and level that up relatively well here, because if I can level it up to 175, 200 or something like that, I should start to see a pretty sizable damage increase, and that's kind of what I want to go for, if I can hit with it. Some very funny moments right there, but there you go. We actually were able to achieve victory, obviously. But now let's see what actually is going on at Pembroke, because I don't know whether they have actually even decided to go into the siege. And that's going to be the issue here. Okay, so hopefully they're not going to fail to take this like they did last time. No, they were able to achieve it this time. Okay, great. And yeah, no, I'm still going to just continue onward. I don't want to take these prisoners, thank you. And we are not going to be leveling up anyone because they're probably going to gain decent amounts of experience anyway, just as we are walking around here. And winning battles and so on and so forth. I'm just going to put a whole bunch in here. We're going to just do a little bit of this and just wait here for some time. So, they actually asked for peace. As you can see, a courier bearing a peace offer from the French has arrived at the court of your realm, and so on and so forth. So, obviously, they want to make peace, which is absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with that. However, I do, because I actually want to capture every single one of their fiefs that is in the Isles at the moment. Because if we can do that, then we are going to have a lot, well, shall we say, maybe not much of an easier time, but we're going to have a lot of an easier time doing that. You know, because obviously, here's the thing. They're attempting to take London. That is a... I don't know why they would decide to do that. That doesn't sound like a particularly good idea. From my perspective. They took back Buckingham Castle, which is obviously not great. But as we know, I can't really do much about that, you know. If there's a 1,000-strong army deciding to do something, well, let's just say that I'm probably going to get out of the way, you know. I'll just get out of the way and they can just, you know, take whatever they want to take. It's going to be way too difficult for us to, you know, go in there and get murdered, I guess. I mean, it depends. Sometimes you can definitely take on an army of that strength. It just depends on what kind of, you know, that's when it obviously matters what kind of composition they have, potentially. So we're just going to recruit all of these. There we go, another 10 morale. Yeah, we're going to have to do something about that. There was actually someone in the comments that did say something about taking a particular perk that would remove the morale issues of recruiting our own culture as prisoners. And that is indeed very true. I'm not entirely sure which one it is. I know you mentioned it, but I can't remember what that is. So I guess we'll just have to make do with it at the moment. Maybe you know, what I should really be doing actually is getting some more food. Because my food situation is currently like this. I mean, we've got some cheese, got some wine, fish, but that's basically it. Don't know whether we have a huge amount of... Yeah, my food variety is at +5. I think I could probably get a little bit more than that. But, well, yeah, that's just how it is. Maybe it's the leadership skill? Is it leadership? Yes, there we go. Yeah, okay. So as you can see here, no morale penalty for recruiting prisoners of your faction. So in other words, if you know, decide to recruit, I mean, I don't even know what does that mean? You know, troops of your faction. What does it mean? Because I have Irish, Welsh, and Scottish and English troops. I think I have English troops, do I? I'm not entirely sure. But I have a whole bunch of variety in my troops, so I'm not entirely sure what that could mean. I don't know. It's a bit, you know, it's one of those. It's one of those descriptions of a perk that you kind of just go, I'm not too sure what that's entailing, you know? Ah, okay, so we have, whoa, 2 different armies. Okay, well, London has a pretty significant garrison, and they're going to take some pretty heavy casualties here too. So, the question is, does Mr. Horsethief think he can win this battle? Should I go in? Should I join his army? Oh, he just went in. He just went in straight away. As soon as I joined his army. All right, let's do it. This is gonna be yeah. I don't know. This is gonna be very, very tough potentially. Okay, so there's me. I'm gonna put myself here. He is assigning himself to the infantry. I guess that's right. And oh, I can't do anything about that. I can just assign myself because he's the commander. Oh, he's leading. Okay. Our plan is to crush them with our cavalry and sweep the rest with a follow-up attack. Okay, well, okay. Bruce, ride in Vanguard. Okay, yeah, sure. I shouldn't have done this. Oh, there we go. Riding in Vanguard. Oh, there we go. Auto-delegate. All right, yeah, sure. I'll just auto-delegate them because then they're just going to copy what he says, I suppose. So we're just going to see what that actually means. Oh, there we go. Charge. Let's do it. All right, let's go. Let's charge in and try to murder them as best we can. Charge it. Enemy center infantry. All right, yeah, sure. I'll try. Oh, my. This is the first time we've literally done anything like this in a long time where the AI is actually leading something. The enemy's archers are going to be significantly... significantly problematic, I was going to say. We are actually achieving victory by the looks of things. Mr. Horsethief's getting a whole bunch of kills, as you might expect. You know him. Thankfully, Beartilde's getting some kills too, though. Look at that. She's actually increasing her riding skill and her polearms by a dramatic amount. She's also getting one-handed skill too. Very nice indeed. I love that. Okay, well, it seems like, as you can see, we are going to be winning this. Maybe not surprisingly, because let's face it, Mr. Horsethief's doing a very good job of being our commander here. And yeah, well, you can see here that I actually ended up losing not too many troops, actually. But I guess that's just because we have so many cavalry or something like that. I don't know. But there you go. We are... Yes, we will take some of these. Thank you very much. I have a lot of prisoners that I need to convert. And hopefully we will be able to do that in due time. But that's the point. The one thing that we have to be very, very thoughtful of is gather your men. We have another job to do? Really? Oh, okay. What job is that? We're going to go and besiege this. Oh, this is interesting. It's been a long time since we've actually had an AI army commander actually do something useful. So this is pretty cool. I like this. Yeah, I'm not going to be accepting peace from them. I actually leveled up. Oh, okay. Well, what do we want to do? I mean, we could go for charm skill, because as you can see, it's at learning rate 0 right now. Do I want anything in the charm skill tree, though? Yes, I do, but I would like to level up my bow skill more, or faster at the very least. But if charm skill isn't actually working, I don't know. I mean, I would obviously like to get parade. I wouldn't mind getting public speaker. And being able to get Immortal Charm eventually could be really, really useful, but that's 275. And that might, I mean, that's going to take me an age to get. I could go for smithing skill, but I don't know whether you noticed, but Beartilde actually has 84 in smithing, if you can believe it. So she might actually become our smithing companion. So that might be kind of cool. We could also go for some more engineering, because obviously engineering is the thing that I'm doing. So I guess I'll do that. I think that seems like a pretty decent idea. And I'm actually going to leave the army, and he can just go ahead and take this. I don't think I need to go in there again, do I? And I will go over here to this castle, and I'll start the preparations for taking that. Hopefully he'll come over and help me. And my three parties, as you can see, I actually created 3 parties out of the fellows that used to be my caravans. And they're all running around, and that's the reason why you may see my wages now have taken a plummet. Because we are obviously paying for their parties as well. But yeah, anyway. This is a very easy siege. We shouldn't have any issues whatsoever with this. Hopefully we will be able to do it as well. Basically what I'm going to try out something here. Let's see how it works if we literally... There we go, he took the castle. Yeah, but let's see how it works if we literally just build a trebuchet and leave it out. I'm not going to do the reserve thing. I'm just going to leave it out and see what happens. It actually eliminated both of the catapults. All 3 of the catapults, in actual fact, and destroyed the walls. Okay, well that's actually hilarious. So it seems like trebuchets are doing an absolutely wonderful job. Okay, so we can now decide the owner of Buckingham Castle, which is definitely going to be Mr. Horsethief, obviously. You know, we want to make sure that he has full control over all of these things. No, I'm sorry. We do not have too many enemies. He is a little bit silly when it comes to this stuff, isn't he? Yes, I mean, it's a classic AI situation, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to hopefully yeah, this is much easier than anticipated. I actually thought to myself, no, this is not going to work. But as you can quite clearly tell, just probably due to the amount of various perks that we've taken, the perks that actually make it possible for your siege engines to avoid damage, ones that increase their accuracy and basically make them so much more devastating in these situations. It's night and day, basically. You have 0 engineering. Obviously, it's going to take a whole bunch of time for them to be, you know, built. But apart from that, the perks make a big difference. It's actually quite surprising, because you never would expect these perks to make that much of a difference, because most of the time it's just, you know, percentage chance here, percentage chance there, relatively boring stuff, you know. But the dodge chance, you know, I call it, okay, here's the thing. I call it dodge chance because that's basically essentially what it is for a siege engine, you know, for your ranged siege engines to avoid damage. It's basically dodge chance, in my opinion, at least. I mean, yeah, that's how I describe it. Anyway, the point is, because of that, you literally have an overwhelming ability for your trebuchets to literally just not take any damage. It's so incredibly powerful. It really is. Super, super powerful. And you're obviously then going to have the ability to just build them however you like. And then, as you saw just now, your trebuchets will just continue to fire. They'll continue to destroy the enemy walls and the enemy siege, and then have a great time. I'm sorry, horse. I did not mean to hit you right there. Okay. I don't know what it is with my horses deciding to run into the garrison itself. Yes, they're just going to run into the keep. Very, very funny. Alright, so we've got some archers here that we could potentially deal with. No, you're not going to shoot me in the face. Oh, yes, well, you did already, but you're not going to shoot me again in the face. He says as he almost gets shot in the face again. What do you... what do you bet that would have happened, right? That would have definitely happened. Okay, we got some people up there. I can hopefully do a nice little snipe of some of them. Nice, there we go. Threading the needle. Oh, it was like, oh yeah, threading the needle. Oh yeah, I was gonna say something cool and then shoot the guy in the face. No, of course I missed by a literal, what, inch, a millimeter, what? You know, I don't know. Maybe it was 5 miles. I don't know. Couldn't see. Anyway, there we go. We were able to achieve victory there. Of course, that was a super, super easy siege. Didn't have to really worry about anything. We'll just take what we can. I'm going to take some English axemen. That sounds pretty fun. And we can now obviously get a couple more prisoners as well. And we've taken the castle, which is great. And let me just have a look-see here. I just want to recruit all of these. And then we'll just show mercy here as well. Manage the castle. I'm going to have to start selling some more stuff as well. I might go over to London in just a second as well. And see if we can maybe do something with that. Now, let me just wait here for some time. I do want to make sure that my that the loyalty of this castle is increased, even though I don't have parade skill, which obviously is a pretty big... It's a pretty big bonus, you know? You're going to get a huge amount of loyalty just from that, but obviously if I just wait here for some time, it is just going to be increasing anyway. And I actually don't know whether it's even worth me staying here, to be honest. Actually, yeah, it is. There we go. I forgot to change to festivals and games like an idiot. Okay, well, there we go. We did do it now. And I will be obviously making Mr. Horsethief the owner of this, but I just wanted to increase the loyalty just a little bit, just in case he decides to completely ignore the festivals and games benefit and just go for whatever. So, you know, I'm just going to wait for one more day, and there we have it. Okay, at 45 loyalty is pretty decent. You start to get a couple of diminishing returns at that point. So that's the reason why I tend to like doing it this way. And we're going to give him the fief. I could give it to myself, of course, but I don't really want to garrison a castle. If anything, I would like to take towns. And I will actually start taking towns once again once we get over onto the continent. I feel like taking something like Paris might be kind of cool. Maybe Orléans as well. That might be fun. But apart from that, yeah, I think look at this. We've taken the entirety of the Isles here. And otherwise, now all that is left to be done is go across and try to dismantle the French in their native territory. And that's going to be, maybe that's going to be good. I don't know. Maybe we're going to do well. Maybe we're not. I don't actually know. But what I would like to check before we end this episode off, is going onto my diplomacy screen here and taking a look at the Holy Roman Empire. They're doing actually about the same as we are, if you can believe it. Look at that. They have only 1,700 more combat strength, which basically says to me, we could potentially take them on. We might be able to. Most of the, yeah, there are some factions, obviously, that are doing really, really badly. Whoa, these guys are absolutely insane. The Almoravid Empire, I have no idea how to say that, but there you go. Apparently, they are doing absolutely insane. Oh, the Roman Empire are doing insane. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay, hello there. Whoa, okay, so there are some really, really strong factions. I thought the Holy Roman Empire would be the main problem. But I guess the Roman Empire is the main issue. Where are they, by the way? Roman Empire? Where's that? It must be up here somewhere, right? It must be up here somewhere, because this is, you know, I'm literally just messing with you right now, because I know that people get really upset when I don't know where things are. Maybe I should take a look at that, actually. We should really take a look at that. Let's go to the kingdoms, and let's see, where is it? Where is it? The Roman Empire, what do they own? Oh, okay. They own all of this stuff. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. I know where they are. All right, so they're over here. Okay, I'm actually surprised that they have so much strength. But I guess they own all of this as well. Yeah, so they basically own Greece. Oh, okay, yeah, they are a Greco-Roman or Greco-Roman empire right there. Okay, that's good. Okay, well, that's fantastic. And once again, you know, if I mention something that is incorrect, and I apologize for that. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.